Cinco de Mayo is the anniversary of the Battle of Puebla. It is celebrated in parts of Mexico and it honors the military victory in 1862 over the French. I know that the US celebrates this more than some parts of Mexico itself, but I think it's special that we can all celebrate Mexican heritage and educate people. My grandma and grandpa were born in New Mexico before it became part of the United States and was still Mexico. I think it's beautiful to understand the history of my ancestors and to celebrate the culture whenever we can. The Sarape really brings memories of my grandma making fresh tortillas and beans for me as a little girl and listening to all of her stories. So in a way, this look is dedicated to her. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. I already put my foundation and bronzer and contour and blush and a little bit of highlight to the bottom half of my face and my forehead. I kind of left my eye area blank because we're going to cover it all up with paint. Alright, we are going to use a little bit of Scotch tape, do the old Scotch tape trick, but instead of for eyeliner, we're doing it across our forehead and right above our nose because that is where we are going to paint the Mexican blanket, also known as Sarape, across our face. So let's do it. So I'm gonna put this tape around my hand so that it's not as sticky and it doesn't pull up too much of the foundation. It definitely might, it probably will, but we're gonna do our best to prevent that. Start it. Okay, I kind of changed it up. I decided I'm going to do kind of one row at a time instead of painting everything at once. So I put the tape around the bottom half of the first stripe so that we have two awesome clean lines. And I'll be using Mehron's Paradise paints. This is an awesome set they sent me a while ago. And I'll be using a lot of these bright colors. These greens look awesome, the blues, the red, and the yellow. So let's get started with our blue stripe. So these are water activated paints. They are pretty awesome, pretty opaque. So let's just go ahead and get to it. This blue stripe is going to end up having darker blue lines across it. So this is just like the base. And I'm going to let that dry for a little bit and then do another coat. Alright, now that that is set, we're going to peel it off and do the next stripe. Okay, you guys, now I'm going in with the yellow paint. I'm just gonna kind of cover all over my eye area. It's definitely a bigger stripe, but that's because we're gonna go in with a red and then an orange, and then the last color will be yellow, if that makes sense. I am like 2.5 seconds away from doing away with the tape and just going freehand, but let's do this and kind of see how it goes, and then we'll make a decision from there. You guys would be so surprised to realize that drawing a straight line across your face is rather difficult because you have your cheekbones and your eyes and your eye sockets and your brow bones and everything. So it definitely makes this line drawing process a little difficult. By the way, if you don't already know, this Mehron Paradise Paints smells like coconuts. It's like a beautiful, wonderful tropical smell. I wish I had smellitizers through your phone so you guys could smell how awesome this is. You definitely want to be careful right around your eye area. This way you don't get the paint inside your eye. Be super careful on this step. I'm going to remove the tape and do a second coat. That way it looks super opaque. Alright, now that we have the second coat of the yellow laid down, I'm going to go in with this beautiful magenta shade and lay a skinnier stripe under that. And at this point, I'm just going freehand. Now I'm taking a little bit of green face paint on this super tiny brush. This is from the Artist Loft and this is in the size 3/0. I don't know, but you can see it if you need it. And I'm just gonna make a super teeny thin line right along the purple. Okay, so we have the green and white line painted. Now I'm moving on to red. I'm going to try to do a little bit of an ombre effect here. So I'm going to do a stripe of red going into a stripe of orange. And this is going to be a little bit thicker. Alright, we got some more stripes layered on, and now I'm going to go in and start doing some detail. So for this magenta color here, I'm taking a darker purple, and I'm going to start laying little dark purple lines right over top. Now I'm moving on to the blue stripes over top. Next, with this super light hand, I'm taking that same pencil paintbrush and I'm drawing a really light, light pressure, thin blue lines kind of fading down to create that ombre effect. Now I'm going back into the red paint and I'm going to create some red ombre with the lines coming from this purple stripe here all the way up. Alright, now that I'm pretty happy with all of my stripes that I got going on, I'm going in with the same brush with black and I'm going to kind of put a couple of black stripes across wherever I see fit. Next, I'm going to add some white little tassels or fringe at the end of my blanket. Alright, I painted on my eyeliner and my eyebrows, and I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker eyeshadow color, very close to black, and just kind of buff out my lower lash line and maybe pull a little bit up into my crease. I went ahead and sort of finished up. I did some shading. I added some orange shadow right in the middle here so that it kind of blends a little bit better and looks a little bit more like a gradient from far away. And then I did my eyeliner and my eyebrows, added a little brow bone highlights, and popped on my fake lashes. Now I'm moving on to lipstick. I'm doing a big, bold ombre red lip. I love this lip so much. It's one of my favorite lips to wear, so let's get started. I am using MYOB's lip liner in Plum Wine. Next, I'm using MYOB's liquid lipstick in the shade Besos. Okay, and while these lips are drying, I'm going to pop on my wig and my flower, and then we'll ombre it out to finish this look. Alright, now I got my wig on and my red little flowers from the craft store. Now I'm going into my Identity palette. This is the same palette I used to highlight under my brow bone or my eyebrows. And I'm going to take the darker shade and kind of shade and give myself a little bit of an ombre for the lips. I'm just taking the darkest brown, which is called Fearless, and I'm going to put it on each corner. Now I'm taking some of this red shadow. This is by Kiss and this is in the shade Geranium. I'm going to go ahead and pat that on the center of my lips. Okay, and now as a finishing touch, I really want these white little fringes to stand out a little bit more. I am picking up NYX white liner, liquid liner, and I'm gonna go over all of those little white fringe strokes. Oh yeah, that's way better. Alright you guys, this is the finished look. I'm so sorry I didn't film all the intricate little line work, but you know the drill, you know my story, lots of repetition, changing colors, have a little bit of patience, and you will get to the result that you want. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you do subscribe and hit the notification bell and become a part of the Jessie Squad, because I love my Jessie Squad. We have a really super fun community going here, and we love makeup. We love artsy makeup and glam makeup. So if you're down for all that, then go ahead and subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. Please remember that you are so amazing and you are so loved. You guys, this was so much fun. I definitely was doubting myself from the beginning to about 3/4 of the way through. I didn't know if I could pull it off, and I was like, wow, I'm just gonna have to scratch this video. But I think it came out okay. The lines are definitely not as clean as I wanted them to be, but hey, that's how it goes. You gotta keep on going and work with what you got. So thank you again for watching, and as always, lots of love and hugs from my home to yours. Bye guys!